They made a limited run. Good. P means piercing, not laser. That makes sense. What was that?
I don't know.
Did best of NES go down?
That's what it looks like. Should be back up. So, am I an F for a second?
Alright, it's back. Alright, I'm unpausing in 3, 2, 1, go!
Nice. Even the bugs are attacking the actual stream.
Well, here's what's weird. I had the bugs freeze on my screen when the stream died.
Weird.
That is weird. They were trying to hit us where it hurt. Could barely miss that. Yeah, sub 20 is possible, by the way, like, just straight up. Like, not even difficult, just don't die very much. Not even deathless, just don't die. So if you're interested in playing this, you can get that world record. Maybe this should be in a big 20.
I mean, that's what I was thinking.
We gotta get some of
it'll
these.
be the huge 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we are coming up on the end here. So having the orange up there like that is super good because if you want, you can damage boost and get iframes for a while and then grab it as it falls.
Seems good, seems good.
Just don't die often. Stop.
You know, if there was a sixth stage,
where would it be?
You could follow them to. I don't know. Is it like an Ant-Man thing?
Yeah.
Quantum?
You get good quantum realm.
Yeah.
Start fighting germs. Like germs are sometimes called bugs.
Ooh, that's the sequel to this.
Yeah, you don't go like farther out, you go farther in.
That was actually on the SNES. It was
Oh yeah, I played that game.
Super insect. Super huge. Good dodges, good dodges.
Oh no.
Never mind.
That's the worst. That's the worst. Look how fast they're moving, and look how slow I am now. I don't decide if I live or die here. Not at all. We got 26 lives, we're good. We almost had an upgrade. This is, this is difficult. The skull. You would, game. Alright. Alright. Give it.
They're all coming together. They're ready.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Final
very fast.
barrages.
Notice how they send more of them in the later stages at once.
There was no escaping some of that.
No, there was not. All right, we got a double. That's good. Don't. Nope. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Boss fight.
Get him!
What even is that bug?
Save the. I don't know. I was thinking the same thing.
It's more like a crustacean.
Like all the other ones were like kind of the same, and then this one's just like crazy crab. Crawfish bug.
Alright, time is going to be coming up when I kill the last bug, and you see a guy doing a, like a, oh, don't got that. See a guy doing a peace sign. Come on, bug. Alright, and time. So, there was a bit of hiccup in the stream, but technically a world record by like 2 minutes.
Oh man, I ruined your submission? Or something ruined your submission. Feels bad.
It's okay.
That just means someone needs to go back and beat it again.
That's you guys in chat. Best of NES.
Okay, well that was
something.
game. I mean, it was a video game.
It was a video game.
The fact that you at least get enough lives and stuff, at least it's not one of those games where you like load up and immediately it's game over in 2 minutes.
Play it against this McDoodle. Inadmissible, says the great Sir Nico. Well, I'm the mod. I can accept it. Alright, it looks like Phantasma's coming up next with Snow Brothers.
Yes, I think, yeah, I mean, I guess grats on the world record.
Kind of. I probably won't submit this. Somebody else, get the world record.
Yeah, no, well, it's the spliced world record. No one's ever done that before. But okay, cool. Well, GG, and then I guess we'll hear / see from you later on the marathon, maybe.
Yep, on Sunday.
Sunday.
All right, here comes Snow Brothers.
Hello, everybody. How does everything is going? I'm Yo Senpai, and well, this is the moment of the night where we're gonna be enjoying the only NES game where I'm good, which is Snow Brothers. Obviously, this is not the game we're gonna be watching, obviously. So just let me switch games really quick, and there we go. So, well, Snow Brothers is a game that was a big part of my childhood, and it has a big sentimental value for me. And also at the same time, I have been really trying to get the world record of this game since 2017. But later during the run, you will see why this game is a nightmare for me. I mainly run PlayStation games and 3D platforming titles, but I just gave a try to this game, and if I'm here is because it's one of the few games where I have some skills, I guess. But anyways, let's get ready for this. I'm just gonna reset the console really quick in order that we are ready to start. Okay, I'm gonna make my countdown from 3, so I'm hoping that everything is fine and I'm good to start. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. First things first, and get Martin locked because I skipped really quick the first cutscene of the game. It's not so common to do what I have got here, so definitely this is a good start. Hopefully I haven't spent all my marathon lock during this, so let's see what else we can get. And first thing first, it will look like that I'm playing normally, but what am I doing is something I like to call position manipulation, which basically means that depending of my position on screen, the enemies will have a different movement pattern. So I'm trying to manipulate their position depending of where am I on the screen, also at the same time depending of which enemies I defeat. I used to do this in order to get some potions as quick as possible. I got the manipulation on the second stage to get the red potion, which makes me going faster. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the blue potion manipulation on the third stage, but something good about this is that I was able to get the yellow potion, so that's something. The most important potion here in the game is the red one, as it increases your speed by a lot. And I messed up things there. It's not the fault that I have done that, but fortunately I have got the blue potion. So I have completed this stage slightly slow, but at least now I have all the full power and I got 2 potions. That's really interesting. It's really weird for me to get 3 potions in the game. So, well, I forgot what I was gonna say for commentary, and I have lost the only opportunity I had to show some builds on the screen. Because when you defeat all the enemies with a single hit, you get some bonus builds that will give you additional points, but it's fun. I mean, it has been a long since I was able to do something like that. But this is a marathon, so we need to try to do things as fast as we can. So, talking about the game concept is kind of similar to Bubble Bobble. Just to don't say that it's the same game concept, but instead of bubbles, we have snowballs. So as you have seen, the way that you defeat the enemies is that you need to freeze them and turn them into snowballs and then throw the snowball. And if a rolling snowball touches an enemy, it will fly through the stage and it will turn into an enemy. Turn into an item. Sometimes it can be a potion, sometimes it can be some food that will just give us random points. Now, first boss of the game, I always forget the names of these guys, but this is a really easy boss. 6 hits and we're done. Also, sometimes I will let the snowballs touch me on purpose when they are rolling, because that will give me some invincibility frames for less than a second. So I'm gonna use that on my side in order to do some movements in the game, because I will use that on my side in order to avoid receiving damage from some enemies. And now, this is a port of an arcade game. This is something exclusive to this port, which is the gambling machine. And depending on what you get is how much time you're gonna be losing completing this. So, on the gambling machine, we are aiming to get 3 crosses, because they don't give you points. Then you can get a letter from the snowboard. Each word's gonna give you 10,000 points. And also you can get a 1-up. That it was gonna give you a 1-up, obviously. At the same time, it gives you 50k points. So the last thing I wanna get are the lives. Because the most points you get on the gambling machine, the most lowest it will take the game to let you continue through it. Back in 2019, on that best of NES marathon, I got 2 1-ups on one of those gambling machines. And also, this is the second time I'm featured on a best of NES marathon and also running this game again. And since that run I have performed in 2019, there have been new strats that I have found in the game, and also No Headset, which is one of the new runners of the game, has developed some cool new strats. I'm pretty sure that he's watching the run right now, so for this is a message for him. I really apologize if I don't follow some of the new strats, but I forgot most of the stuff I should do, so I'm just trying to do whatever I remember in order to do this as safe as possible and don't mess up things, because back in 2019 I have died on my run. Fortunately, I completed my run on my estimate, which was 24 minutes. Right now I'm playing with a 22 minutes estimate, because along with No Headset, we have found new strats in the game that make the run not only faster but also safer for marathons, which is something real amazing. Because with old strats, it was really easy to mess up things and kill a resettless run. But now with new stuff that has been found and developed, there are new things that allow to us to complete reset those runs in a way that it can be enjoyable and not so punishing for the runner. So talking about this again, this game again, this is a port of a 1990 arcade game. This port was released on 1991. It was developed by Twablan, the same people that developed the arcade game, and released by Capcom outside of Japan. Now, floor 20, I got no, this is not the best position for the frog, and I shouldn't have frozen that bump that came down on the screen. Okay, that was my controller, my bad. Yeah, because unfortunately my controller likes to give me some random start inputs, and definitely this is not the best frog boss fight, because what do you wanna... Well, this was changed compared with the arcade version, because now its spawn is RNG based. It will spawn on the top or at the bottom of the screen. We want that the frog appears all the time on the top, because that's the fastest way you can making damage. But unfortunately, the frog was on the floor all the time. But something good is that I was having all potions that helped me a little bit defeating that boss, so it was not like a big deal anyway. I have lost some seconds compared with the best pattern you can get. I think this is the first time. This has been the first time in a very long time, and that I got the frog spawning on the floor all the time. So, well, and that was something interesting, to be honest. And talking about again the game, this is a port of an arcade game, and due to NES limitations, there were some changes in the game. Some people claim that this is the easiest version of Snow Brothers, and somehow that's true, because the amount of enemies and the order of enemies between stages are slightly different compared with the arcade version, making that completing the game is kinda safer, or kinda easiest, but at the same time, still being a difficult game when you began playing it casually. It wasn't until I was an adult that I was able to complete this game without any cheat codes, and I feel proud about that. Well, here in this season I have so much things to mention. But well, in some stages like this one, we can see there are more higher platforms that you cannot reach normally. The only way that you have to reach them is just to jump over Snowball. So if I press A and B at the same time, once I'm over Snowball, I will throw it at the same time that I will be jumping over it in order to reach all the enemies. Also, something good about this game is that you can make your own route in most stages, talking about the way you defeat the enemies. So that's something amazing about this game. Now, stage 28, I need to see which pattern or which log I have with these guys here. Okay, not a good pattern because the other tornado enemy didn't spawn on the floor, but that's not like a big deal. Usually these small things helps you to, well, I don't consider that helps you, but it helps to the fact that you lose time beating the game as quick as possible. And also, again, when I throw some snowballs, I prefer that I get stuck on them, then I jump outside of them in order to have some invisible things and be safe, like I have done with that enemy that was in the middle of the screen, or reaching the ones on the top. Now, the first wrong killer, the birds. These birds are really annoying. 1, 3, okay. It's supposed that each of these birds requires 3 hits. Okay, that was not good to be defeated. But as you have seen, I was able to give 3 hits to one of the birds, and it didn't die. So if you wonder why happened that, well, the way that snowballs make damage is really, really weird. This was a decent boss fight, I must say. The second bird hasn't cooperated at all, but it was acceptable. It was not terrible at all. And guess what? I got a life with the snow word. Something good about getting a 1-up on this way is that you don't get the 50k points that you used to get, and you get directly the 1-up. So it's really, really good. But again, the main reason why the birds are a big base killer is because, as you have seen, once they throw the eggs when they are on the top of the screen, they land on the floor. So unfortunately, it's kinda unpredictable where those I don't know what is the flower. Where the birds are gonna be spawning on the floor. So sometimes they can move on a range where you can get in contact with them, which is obviously something bad that will make you lose a life. And obviously that's a big reset, because if you die you lose all your potions. But fortunately there are some strats that helps you to... that helps a bit to complete a reset loop run even if you lost all the potions. So it's something that has been discovered on recent years. Mostly since I have been the biggest active runner of this game, but then headset appeared and began. Now he turned it into the most active runner of this game, so it's really interesting. How things have been thrown into the game, because we are pretty few runners of the game, but we have found a lot of stuff a lot of interesting stuff with the game, and also the world record has been lowered by a lot. I think that it was an 18 something in 2019 when running around this game. Right now it's a 16-minute run. And I feel that a 15 is possible. It's humanly possible, but it's not gonna be something really easy. Well, anyway, so floor 37, I need to wait a little bit until the enemies fall into the floor. Okay, that's it. That's good. Okay, one hit on the top of the screen. That's not like a big problem. And also, I have played all the versions of this game. I have played the arcade version, the Mega Drive version, the Game Boy version, which probably is my least favorite. And also, I played the remake that was released for the Nintendo Switch last year. And I have a limited edition of the game. I will show you that once I complete the run. And also, if your run goes well up to this point, well, here is when everything can go bad. And now I have a really bad pattern. Let's see what I can do. Okay, this is definitely really bad. But something good is that I was able... Oh my god. Okay. This is why this stage is really big. A really big run killer because... Okay. I may be lucky, thank you so much, because most of the time when you get stuck on the middle of the screen, none of the enemies are gonna follow you, so I was lucky there. Unfortunately, I got a really bad start because I was hoping that all enemies went out of the screen. It's not supposed that you start to move once you spawn on the stage, because with that, you can manipulate the enemies in order to fall outside of the middle, and then you can get them on a position when you can freeze them and turn them into a snowball. So this was not the best stage 39 lock that I got, but I was lucky at the end. So this is a pretty interesting marathon lock about what I have got here right now. And also, last gambling machine, I just got a W. I don't know, that maybe that's a signal about what happened on stage 39 after all. That's really interesting. And now, last stages of the game. This game in total has 50 floors, and it's supposed that each 10 floors are divided into a single stage, so making them a total of 15 stages. And also, for some reason, this is stages from 41 to 49, the game likes to give you a lot of blue potions. Because I haven't talked about the potions. I think it's the first time that I run this game in a marathon and I haven't talked about the potions. So from the items you can get, yes, my NES controller is dying, so sometimes it's gonna be giving me some randomly stored input. So it's something it is that's not something really bad at all. So it's something that I can tolerate that. So when you get an item, once you defeat an enemy with a rolling snowball. It can be some food that just give you points, or it also can be a bonus item like the potions. And there are a total of 4 potions in the game. The red potion makes us going faster. The blue potion increases our shooting power, making that with just 2 single hits you turn an enemy into a snowball. And the yellow potion is the helps you to increase your shooting range. So usually, if you only get the red and blue potions, then you are fine. The last boss definitely is better to complete without the yellow potion. But once it's found, you need to catch it. You're gonna lose time if you prefer to skip it. So sometimes you get it, sometimes not. But when things happen, things happen. And also, probably from this version of the game, from this port, the last boss is like definitely the best stage on this port. And some people that I know that have played the game agrees that the last boss of this game is better on the NES version because it's more easier in many senses. And also, the bosses were changed slightly in this version. For example, with the frog, in any other version of the game, it always will spawning on the floor, and then it will be moving slowly to the top of the screen. On the fourth boss, there are 2 big goblins instead of 1. Here, due to any limitations, there are just 1. And there are versions there are 2. And now the stun hits. The main reason why I haven't got the wall breaker in all these years I've been running this game. Because I used to have a pretty bad RNG, and I don't know why I didn't get out of the bubble, but it's fine, it's fine. Let's see, and I got the glitch. So for some reason, in this version of the game, if you have all the potions, and then you match buttons randomly, and when you die on this stage, you can spawn again having all potions. It can happen like on this time, so I was really lucky for that. But usually it happens when you have all of the 3 potions. So with these big stone heads, well, on this stage, on the NES version, the roof keeps static, never moves, so that's why this version is easier. And also, the bubbles are faster on this version. So once I hit 10 times to each of the heads, the time is gonna finish. But here we are dealing with the NES limitations, because if there's an item, in this case, if there's a potion on a bubble, I will try to catch it, because the most sprites I have on the screen, the less bubbles I will get. And this is a pretty decent RNG, I must say. Because I have been getting a lot of enemies, and well, the reason why I haven't got the world record yet, because I have got a lot of PBs that have been on world record pace until I reach this stage, is due to the spawn of... Okay, I died again, but whatever. Let's see if I get the glitch again. Okay, I haven't got it, but it's fine. So the 20 limitations, depending on... I will just get 4 bubbles, 2 from each of the stone heads, and the most price I have, the most times I have on screen, the less amount of bubbles I will get. So when I see a bubble with a potion, I will try to get onto it and then getting outside of it, because otherwise I will have another element on screen, which means that I will have less bubbles. As you have seen, I've got 3 bubbles while I had a potion at the top of the screen. Shout out to Headset, because he told me that it was better to try to get stuck in the bubbles trying to get an item. And I don't know why I've never thought about that. And also, I used to have a pretty bad RNG when I'm having a good pace, so I have lost a good amount of not only world record paces, but also PB paces in general, due to this boss fight. My PB is a 1913. I've been stuck with a 19 for a long time. Now, so the time is gonna finish once I defeat the other... Okay, time! That was time! Sorry, I used to lose the count of how much times I have hit each of the stone heads. So this used to happen all the time when I run the game. So just 2 deaths on the last boss. This was really good. I mean, I got a 20, so that's something good. I used to have between 19s and 20s, and looks like my NES is giving me issues right now. I'm glad that this happened at the end of the run. Definitely this is my NES. This is not the upscaler. This is the NES, by the way. And also, sorry if I messed it up when I was doing my commentary. I'm used to do self-commentary while I run games, but English is not my main language, so I was trying to do my best. And I mean, this is really interesting to have something like this at the end of the run. And also, since I haven't used any of the continues of the game, I got the real ending of the game, because this game has 2 endings. The bad ending, you get it when you use at least one of the continues of the game. And it tells you, well, the plot of the game is basically that the twin princesses, Terry and Nina, were kidnapped by evil King Scourge. And while brothers Nick and Tom tried to rescue them, they failed trying to do that, and also the King's Court put a snowman curse into Bot Brothers, so now they need to defeat the evil King's Court and rescue the princesses. The bad ending basically is that you save the princesses and the peace is back in the kingdom. But if you use any of the continues, like what happened during this run, what I'm getting is that you rescue the princesses, Bot Brothers lose the snowman curse, the brothers get married to the princess, and the peace is back in the kingdom. And well, I was running my timer. I don't. Also, I was running also my own timer in the background. I don't know if my timer was started late or something. But my real time was at 20:35. Which is really good. I used to get between a 19 and 20 on resetless runs. And well, if you want to learn this game, I have made a guide 2 years ago, both in English and Spanish, so you can get right to this game. And actually, right now that guide is pretty. It's kind of outdated, but it helps you to get a sub 19 definitely. Some few strats were found and developed. After that guide was made, but that is mostly stuff for top runs. So, and it's not like a big problem if you don't try to learn them. At some point, I will release along no headset an updated guide, an updated version of that guide, including all the new strat. But we have been pretty busy, so you simply don't give us enough time to work around that. And well, now I was the only runner at the Mario Pipe Dream team here at the marathon, and also this was my only run for the event. As I had mentioned at the beginning of the run, I also run PlayStation games. I mostly run 3D platforming games, but when I find a game that I like and find interesting, I used to give it a try. At some point, I will learn more NES games. There are more NES games that I'm interested into learning, and also have spent money on an NES and an EverDrive. So definitely, I need to learn new games, and I hope that I can get into a top levels in some of them, so I can be featured best of NES marathons. And well, I think that this is everything on my side. Time for a model special. Well, I'm sober. I don't drink, but let's see what happens. We are in December, and this in my region, in my city, there are a lot of parties and a lot of alcohol and that kind of things. But remember, if you're gonna drink on these days, don't drink too much. Your health is more important. Otherwise, how suppose you're gonna be running amazing NES games? Oh, again. Anyways, this was my short participation for this marathon. And also, if you were wondering why I was using the sombrero, is because the sombrero gives me speedrunning abilities, mostly on this game. And if you see that I'm gonna be featured in a charity-based marathon with this game, I usually have an incentive called Sombrero Percent, where if that incentive is met, I'm gonna be using the big sombrero. I don't know why, but people love seeing that. So if you see me in another marathon and you see that I'm gonna run this game and we have the sombrero percent incentive, you know why do you need to donate for that incentive. But well, I think this was a pretty everything all in moderation. And well, this was my short participation for this marathon. This is just the second day of the marathon. We're still having a lot of amazing games and runs, and a lot of amazing games and runners in this event. So keep tuning. I was Go Senpai. You can follow me on twitch.tv/fantasmamas. And see you. Have a nice night.
Go.
Hello, best of NES. My name is Larva12. I will be doing commentary for this 0 to 20 Dr. Mario run from Packy619, and he's here with me. How are you, Packy?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been I had a bracket match earlier that was a pretty close one and managed to pull it off, and it's been a good day.
That is great to hear. So I just want to give some information about this game. This game is Dr. Mario for the NES, released in 1990. The goal in a one-player game is to eliminate all the viruses on your board, and you do that by lining up colors in groups of 4. So Packy will be doing a 0 to 20 run. He will start at level 0 and proceed all the way through level 20. As you can see, you can play on speeds low, medium, or high. In our community, we do recommend that if you're playing for speed, you don't play on low. You can play on medium or high, but low is too slow.
Yeah, I mean the pill throwing animation is even slower on there, so no, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. So
this varies in the versus from the versus side, where you want to either clear out your board like you would in a speedrun or top out your opponent with garbage. So there are different ways to play the game, whether you're playing for speed or whether you're playing for versus. Packy here is both a speedrunner and a 3-time versus world champion, so he really knows how to play both sides of this game.
and wait till you start playing score attack. That's a whole lot of fun too. Then it gets crazy.
We do have a question in chat. Is Fever or Chill faster? Actually, the idea right now is that using music type off will reduce extra inputs from the controller. So the answer is off, but Packy will be playing on chill because it helps him go through the game a little faster. He knows the timing of the song, so he doesn't have to look at his splits. He can just tell where he is in the song.
Yeah, chill's about 2 minutes long, and 2 minutes in level 10 is a pretty good measuring bar, if you will. So if you manage to finish the level before you get through the track, good.
Okay,
So
Packy, are you about ready to start?
Yep, let's do this.
Okay, I will let you count yourself down.
All right, we are going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So these early boards are really kind of sporadic. You're looking at hopefully a 20-second level 0. Really anything below, I would say 25 seconds is pretty good. So you start off with 4 viruses, and then they add 4 viruses on each subsequent level all the way through the end of the game. So something else that is very important at the beginning of the game is that you want to reduce your drop time. So every line that a part of a virus, a part of a pill has to fall is 1/4 of a second. So from the top of the pill bottle to the bottom of the pill bottle is 4 seconds, where you can't really do anything. So now what Packy is setting up here is a horizontal that he wants to try to drop if he can get the right pill. This is also the Dr. Mario that is at least nice to players in terms of RNG. Here we go. There's his combo. He's got everything set up on the bottom. That blue he's going to take out with another combo. And then all he'll need is 1 red. And He's out of level 2.
Oh, it froze on me. We're gonna pause there. The game locked up on me. One moment. Oh.
It's not a real marathon without technical difficulties.
Right. Darn it. Okay, I think I got it. Not quite. Sorry about this. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's resume level 3.
So, as you can see, he is taking care of viruses both vertically and horizontally. That's something that's very important if you want to start speedrunning Dr. Mario, is learning how to spot different types of clears and what can be very useful for them. And combos such as that one, where you drop more than one, you clear more than one virus at a time, those are also incredibly useful. So, what Packy is going to do after this, he's going to build a little bridge up and gets a very nice double blue to clear those out horizontally. You lift that until the end of the stage, because the drop animation does not happen on the very, very last viruses that are cleared. So if you have anything near the top of your board that can give you a long drop time, you might want to wait until the very end in order to clear that, and then you don't have to go through all of that wait time. Something else that is very interesting about this game, blue pills are actually the least likely to show up. Because of the coding of the game, blue pills are, they weren't coded to come as often, so usually what you want to do is try to clear out any blue viruses that you have first, and then, work with what you have, but then make sure you don't have a whole bunch of blue stacked up at the end of your run. Also, you will get RNG like this. It happens. It is very unfortunate, and we don't like it.
Not at all.
So something you can see Packy doing here in his columns 3 and 4, he actually has that red yellow underneath, and he's going to take extra viruses in there. So we really call that like looking further down the board instead of just what's on top of what you have going on. You're looking a level or two down to see if you can make something work later on. It's not just this is what's happening first and then this is what's happening second. it's a very good way to look at the board and everything like that. Now here he's going to prioritize those yellows with that blue yellow because he has more yellow viruses on the board. So at the end of the board, you want to do that as well. You want to make sure you prioritize the right way. And he's going to take these reds out in a horizontal combo like that. Very, very well done. And as you can see, sometimes he has a little bit extra that he doesn't need. Packy is not afraid to just get rid of something that's not working for him at that moment, and try something else.
Yeah, sometimes when you have certain plans and you need specific pills to carry out those plans, it's a better idea to just cut bait, because this is Dr. RNG for a reason.
Very much is. Other games in the series fix some of the RNG problems. I have been told that SNES has a slightly better RNG. When I play, I get very bad RNG on SNES, so I will just take people's word for it. And in our community, in our Dr. Mario community, we have people who like almost every version except Dr. Luigi. Nobody likes Dr. Luigi.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about that one, but I haven't played it myself.
I have played Dr. Luigi, and I don't like it. It was not a fun time. My favorite happens to be the N64 version, but Packy's is the original NES version. We have a lot of people whose favorite version is SNES. We have someone in our community who helped with the Wii version of Dr. Mario when they worked at Nintendo. So, very nice drop clear. I thought you were gonna go for a what we call a fat log, a double horizontal, but Packy knows better than I do. And he still made a great clear with that. He's again building up to that, tucks that in.
Yeah, I decided not to cut bait on that combo because I really wanted it.
And sometimes you will have that. Sometimes, almost everybody knows there's some kind of setup that you will be greedy about. It happens in Dr. Mario as well. Now you can see Packy is building up on top of that yellow, but he had a space between his overhang pills for the red and the yellow. He also had space underneath the yellow. Packy's not afraid to undertuck something if he needs to.
Sometimes there's just no other place to put it, so I just do that fancy schmancy stuff.
Yeah, we like to call that turning garbage into gold. And a lot of our players like to specifically practice that, so that they can make good decisions in a wide variety of situations. Are you angling to take those blues horizontally?
Yeah.
Yes,
Here it is.
yes you are. Yes, you are.
Let's go.
Now, Packy also, the way he plays this game is very, what we call down press heavy. He really likes to press the down button. It is also joked that he maybe has it super glued down. He plays extremely fast. He does play a lot of combos, but there are others who play, I would say, a slightly more combo-heavy game than he does. And to be honest, all versions of that are fine. We really just like that people play this game that we like, that everyone says, oh, that's like Tetris, right?
Yeah, basically the constant down pressing is basically the opposite of competitive Tetris, if you're familiar with that scene at all.
Yes, competitive Tetris is very, you don't press down unless you want down press points. But with Dr. Mario Speed, speed is in the name, so the way to go fast in Dr. Mario is to press the down button. So we do have some people who are extremely combo heavy when they play, and they make very big brain setups all the time. And then you have some people who play a little bit more straightforward. And then you have Packy, who just presses down non-stop. He just needs that one blue. Hopefully, there we go. So something that I do when I play Dr. Mario. Now, granted, I am not as good of a player as Packy is, but this is something that I developed a long time ago, is that I always want to have a place to put every type of pill. That's something that I'm always looking for when I play, to make sure that I can deal with whatever kind of RNG is thrown my way, anything like that. So, again, if you're wanting to start playing, I do think that that's a good idea for people to have, is, you know, to start thinking of, okay, where can I place a yellow-blue pill? Where can I place a double red pill? Where can I place a double yellow pill? Things like that in the different setups that they make. Make sure that they're not too dependent on one specific thing. And you look like you have a couple of horizontal setups going on.
Yep, just need some yellow help. There's one.
There's one. There we go. And he placed that yellow blue, what looked like the opposite way, so that he wouldn't break his setup to get up for that horizontal. So he placed it that way very, very deliberately. Oh, and a yellow burst to start. Something that is also very funny about this game is that if you get the same pill over and over again, you will notice the end of it with one specific pill. So a double yellow blitz will always be followed by a double blue. A double red blitz will always be followed by a red yellow. A double blue blitz will always be followed by a red blue, and that's actually the one you see the least often, which is why people don't always know it. But the RNG in the game, unfortunately, does work that way. So, Packy does know when those happen. He knows all of the combinations. So if any of those happen, he knows exactly what to do with those.
Yeah, you can anticipate the next pill that's going to come after that blitz, so it definitely helps to have that information handy. Think of it like an alphabetical order, like if you just took like the first letter of the color, like YY is yellow, yellow. Whatever's next in the alphabetical order is the pill that's going to come after that blitz.
We're in the community. We're pretty sure that's exactly how it was coded. That's a lot of blue on that top line. I don't think I like it.
I don't like it either, but
So when we say something about top line, we literally mean the first layer of pills that you see.
yeah. Oh, here we go.
So, oh, wonderful. That's a drop L. We like to name things after shapes. We name a lot of things in our community. So that made the shape of an L.
Okay, here we go.
So he's gonna drop everything, and now he doesn't have anything on his board that he does not need, is not gonna use to clear a virus.
There we go. One concern that with this board, though, is that I haven't really done much with the right side of it, because the virus arrangement on the top line, the colors have just not really given me a chance to optimally use a pill on that side of the screen, so I haven't really addressed it much yet.
And right now he doesn't really have much of any use for yellow until he can dig down a little bit further. He's gonna take those blues in horizontal. Those were begging for a horizontal.
Oops. Okay. I was just a little bit off on that drop, that's all. Alright, let's go under.
This is a much better top line, I would say, than the last one you had.
Oh, much better. It's still kind of... I'm still kind of getting the wrong RNG, but...
Yeah. I really would like for you... Well, now it's a little hard to do that, but,
Well, double red...
I
gets-
had wanted
alright,
you
here
to
we
get
go.
the double red, so he's gonna make a T right here.
We just
clear
call
out
that
at a T.
yeah. We just call that a sweet tea.
But a lot of these in this level, there's a lot of opportunity to take things in doubles, which for speedrunning is exactly what you want. The fewer pill halves you can use to clear something, the
Oops.
better.
Yeah, a little bit of a...
And that
Yeah.
I've had friends and other people that I've tried to convince to play Dr. Mario, and been unsuccessful at, say, oh, but what do I do when I drop something and it's the, you know, it's the wrong color? I place it backwards.
Here we go. Drop two.
Yeah, that happens to everybody. Everybody who has played this game has placed something backwards.
Yep.
That is just how it's gonna happen. So, again, you know, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just like any other game, any other learning opportunity. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. You might find out, you know, a way to play the game that either you hadn't thought of or we've never seen before. So there is always that opportunity.
Where's my red, Doc? There it is.
So if you're watching closely, you can see that Packy's trying to use every single pill half as efficiently as he can. The fewer pills that you have to drop, the better, in almost any situation.
Yeah, that's generally my approach. Finish the level in as few pills as possible.
With as much down pressing as possible,
Oh,
in
yeah.
your case.
Yes. That goes without saying.
There's an L clear again. Very, very nice.
Need some red help here.
Yeah, there's a lot of red help needed. And you see, he's not getting a lot, so what he's doing is actually making the most of the other pill halves that he gets. So he could use them for strategic garbage. He could use them in drop combos, where he clears out one virus and then it drops into another clear.
There we go.
Just like that. And he does want to start working on that column 8.
Yeah. Big totem
Oh,
pole
very
situation
nice.
over there.
Very nice clear, even if it really just got rid of a lot of trash. Sometimes that helps, especially if you're very, very visual. Having less garbage on your screen, on your board, can really help you kind of figure out, okay, this is what I want to do next. These are the other viruses that I have that I can work with. Doc, please give some... And you can see he's stacking near the top of the board because it takes less time for that to come down. Now, it can get very sticky if he doesn't get what he needs at all. Oh, he's gonna, okay. There was gonna be a nice drop combo, but RNG said, no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to do something else. So now Packy actually has a lot of red on the top line and a lot of red garbage. So he is looking for ways to use that to help clear out other things. Use that yellow as strategic garbage because he has pretty much no yellows exposed in a way that he can optimally use them. So really anything yellow is going to be used to help set up something else.
There we go.
Okay, Packy really only has a couple of spires that he is actively working on getting rid of. And now just one. Just gonna drop all of that. There, he's gonna make that T combo. Leaves everything open for him to take those viruses horizontally. So that's something that we like to call board vision. Is really when you see what's going on with the board and You make sure, you know, your plans don't conflict with it or anything like that. So, there actually, he looked in the next box and saw that he was getting a double yellow and decided, that's better for this clear because I don't get a lot of drop time. So, looking in the next box, and just kind of understanding, okay, this is where, this is more beneficial for me in, at this time, is also something that is really good to look for. And Packy doing a pretty good job of bringing his top line down kind of at the same time. You don't really want a lot of peaks or valleys. That creates more drop time. Which is, drop time is the enemy. Sometimes people will say the doctor's the enemy. The real enemy is drop time. Again, he's placing that yellow on column 2 because he wants to take those reds out horizontally. Well, broke it because RNG. But what he really wanted to do is take those horizontally and then potentially drop things down. He still has some good use for that. He does have that yellow on top of the, or on the bottom of the red. I'll promise I know colors. That was a little bit of, you know, needed a little bit of work, but, again, Packy is very fast. He knows what he needs to do all the time. Wants to take that blue out horizontally. And that opens up that yellow. He's going to try to take that with the other yellows on top of it. He's going to get rid of the red in column 7. And now he's able to tuck in a yellow in between that and clear all of them at the same time out of 16 at a 28 flat. So, level 17 is actually where you see the playfield at its highest. It's not the most viruses, but it's the highest that it'll get on the board. So it can be really tricky if you have very bad RNG, or if you're not quite used to it. Then there can be some issues with that. And top outs and things like that. Packy has gotten through that first bit without a problem. Just really needs blues now.
Yeah, basically the later levels of Dr. Mario, if you manage to get that far, it's basically a giant cork. If you can get through the first part of the board, which is basically your cork, then you can probably coast through the rest of it.
Mm-hmm. We see Packy with that gigantic combo. That's something that wins you versus games.
Ah, there we go.
So, that very, very fancy move that you just saw is called a swim. And it is very, very difficult to pull off on high speed, which is what Packy's playing on. It's much easier on medium speed. But Packy can usually pull it off on high speed without a problem.
Yeah, the reason why a lot of speedrunners play medium speed is pretty much because not only is it easier to do that maneuver, but you have a lot more leeway. Like you can probably do it down a few more rows if you really wanted to.
Also, the rate at which the pills lock in on medium is slightly slower. So that's the reason you can do some of those tucks and swims and things like that a little bit easier on medium speed because the game allows it to be easier. Something this game does, it also increases your speed. I believe it's the first increases after 8 that come out, and then it is every 10 afterwards, I believe.
I thought it was actually just every 10 pills. I mean, I could be wrong on that. But basically, you hear like a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like it's pretty, yeah, it's just kind of mixed into the music, so it might be a little hard to hear. But when you hear that, that means the speed has incremented.
So, especially if you leave very tall sides to the very end, it's gonna be hard to dash your way over to the side to get pills there, and sometimes even tapping won't get you there fast enough. So that's also another reason why you want to try to bring down your top line, without letting things linger too long, so that you're not kneecapping yourself later on in the level.
Yeah, that's especially important on levels 19 and 20, and you're going to see why. Because you have to attack the corners of your board, especially on high speed, as soon as possible, or you're going to be stuck having to work around everything.
Packy's doing this drop T. Very, very nice. I'm very much a fan of T and L clears. They work pretty well in speed, and they work very well in versus. Packy's setting up this drop.
Just need some blue help and we're out of here.
And then just a couple more yellows.
Alright.
That's a very nice middle of the board. You see, he tucked that under to give himself more space.
Yep.
And you can see he's not really pressing down as much as he normally would, and that, again, just gives him more time and makes sure that he doesn't make any misplays.
Yeah, like right now I need a full dash charge and basically a double red to get all the way over to that upper right-hand corner.
Though if anybody can do that, it's you.
Alright. Okay, here we go. Made it. Got it. Alright. We're pretty much out of the immediate danger zone now. Okay, maybe we're not. But, oh, here we go. I'll take the drop time gladly there, just to keep everything under control.
And while the right side of his board is still decently high, it's workable, and there are doubles there, which really, again, really help with everything. Trying to get your board down. And oh, very nice tuck there to get that double.
And the dogs are going nuts.
They know you're doing a run. They have to make their voices heard.
Yes, of course.
Now, he doesn't really need a lot to do with those yellows right now, which is kind of why he's throwing them away. He can work around them, but sometimes it is easier to just throw something away. It just kind of depends on the situation.
Here we go.
Oh, very nice. Just needs that blue. Once he gets the blue out, then he can take care of the red however he wants. And last level. 84 viruses to go. Oh, a very, very nice set of RNG right there.
Got it. Alright.
It was a little dangerous there.
Yeah, I think we're out of the danger zone.
I think once you get rid of that yellow in
Yeah.
column 3 and then the red in column 8,
Yep.
I would agree with that.
It's gonna be easy to reach that one, so
There you go.
we're out of the danger zone now. We'll take that drop.
And he's
combo.
gonna... It's a vertical into a horizontal drop combo. And you see how that extra blue dropped down onto a blue? That's, again, something we really like to see in our runners. That is what we call board vision. Seeing more than one layer down gives you a huge, huge advantage when you're playing. Now, if that seems like it's difficult, it's because it is, and nobody's really born with the best board vision. It's something that you have to take time out to learn and watch other people play. That's my best advice for somebody who wants to try to get into speedrunning Dr. Mario is watch as many people as you can.
There are a lot of different players with a lot of different styles, and they all have something to learn from.
Exactly. We have people in our community who they will talk you through every single move they make so that you can understand what they're thinking. Um, we have people who have very straightforward styles. We have people who have very complicated styles, and that's gonna be time.
Yep. That's time. Sorry.
So even with that hiccup, you got a little over 40 minutes. That's still a decent run. GG's, Packy, and thanks to all of you for watching, and thanks to Best of NES for hosting.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's really been a pleasure. Doing the Big 20s has been fun, and it's awesome that I got to run this for you guys. It's hardly the best run I've ever done, but RNG is RNG, and it's going to do that to you sometimes. But this game has been quite significant to me in several ways, and it's been awesome to be able to play with my friends and show you guys how I do this. So, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. So I believe next on the docket is Yells Rake with Marble Madness. I'm kind of hyped for that because I love that game. So, with that, I thank you all for watching this run, and hope to see you guys again.
Good evening, and welcome to the main event of day 2. I saw some main event emotes. How's it going, PT? How we doing, everybody? My name is Yellsrake, and I have lost my marbles. I am here to round out the second day of the Best of NES marathon with a trio of games that seems to be my speciality. That is arcade games that were ported to the NES. So, first up, yep, indeed, that is the correct name. The first up is Marble Madness. So we are going to name this one Bones. So the timer starts on control of the marble, which is roughly 6.8 seconds after I select my control type. So let's go ahead and get started. So control time is in 3, 2, 1, go. So I am nowhere near the caliber that I used to be with this game. So I'm not doing the blind practice. I've tried, I will say. I definitely tried, and I definitely can't do it right now. So I would rather not die on that particular section and just take it easy. Free ice strat. You hold neutral on the D-pad and hold A and let the marble roll up against the edge of the screen. And then as soon as it taps the edge of the screen, hit down plus left plus A, you will clear the ice every time. That is free. You can keep it. It's not fast, but whoa, look at that bounce back. Did you see that? Whoa, what a bounce back. There's a death. Alright, cool. Tried to do the blind stuff there. Yo, Ballsy, how we doing? Yeah. Perpetually, like, I'm retired from this game after grinding for 6 months to try to save 4 frames. So, you know, anybody who wants to come and join me in 238 land. Just know that you're probably not going to convince me to pick the controller back up for this one. Yeah, we're definitely taking the under Ballsy. That is for sure. Thanks for the good luck, Aaron. How's it going, Radio? Go up. Thank you. Silly race where everything you know is wrong. Got some jerk birds here. Like that one. Too high for the silly skip. I will say, I will try one thing. For you. I will try to do the newest tech, which is the cookie skip. Cookie skip is a pause, a strategically timed pause at the bottom of the ultimate race to skip waiting the cycle for the last set of shifting platforms. You have to go up and around that. Oh gosh. Disco, please. Alright, let's give it a shot, shall we? Ah, too early. We'll try it again. No, Yell's choke. Okay, so we did get the cycle skip. That's what it looks like. However, we also died. That's time. That is true, DH Stom. But the cool thing about it is, it is possible to beat the game co-op without accelerating. You can do it. There is a specific way if both of you roll off of that top platform in the same spot. One of you will get respawned in on the respawn spot up top, and then the other one, it'll try to respawn you and it'll fail, and it'll respawn you down below, and then you just screen drag the other guy. It's pretty cool. If you look at speedrun.com and the category extensions, Chess Jerk and I have basically a proof of concept run out there for any percent co-op, no A press. It's not a good run. We finished it once, and I turned to CJ. I'm like, "You want to try it again?" He's like, "Not really." But at least we did it to show that it exists. So, yeah, Marble Madness, nice quick game. It is a free world record. That is correct. Although we're gonna need to see input display or controller cams or something. We need to be able to prove no A presses occurred. But yeah, one game down. Thank you for the GGs and for the well done, Jimmy. I see you. We'll be right back with Vindicators. Hello again, friends. I am back with another game. The other game in the NES library that I have the world record in, apart from Marble Madness. Our next stop on the tour of NES games that are arcade ports. We have Vindicators. Lovely tank action here for you. So we are going to play, there's 3 different difficulty levels here. We are going to play on the hard difficulty level. It's the fastest of the 3 because it actually skips the first 4 levels of the game and starts you in World 2-1 instead of 1-1. Easy starts in 1-1, medium in 1-3, hard in 2-1. But the key to all of this is it gives you stars, bunches of stars. That's the currency we're going to use for shopping. Okay, so control timer starts once I select the zone, so it'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Immediate shopping. We want tank speed. We want shields. We want max shot power. And we're going to save our other 4 stars. So, tank game, tank controls. Gotta love tank controls. You don't actually have to, but that's okay. Oh gosh, okay. So it's the hard difficulty, which means everything hits substantially harder, shoots more frequently, all that good stuff. Basically, your fuel is your health bar. You don't want your fuel to run out. It can run out, briefly, but you don't want it to run out too often. Because you only get 2 continues before you game over. So we want to use those lives strategically, i.e., ideally, not at all. But 2-2 is the first boss. This is the major reset point here, frankly, because this guy can just decide he's going to have a day, and he could just truck you with a bunch of shots, and then that's that. So, but he's down. We bought some bombs between the last 2 courses, so, you know, a few bombs to the face, and that guy's down. So now the next thing, we don't have enough stars to buy anything, so we don't get to go into the menu. But the next order of the day is we needed to make sure that we had some shields and all the max speed and everything, and we had to have enough bombs to kill the first boss. So now the shopping list for the next boss requires shot range, because there's a little trick we can do with the next boss where you can move the screen enough to spawn his hitbox without without activating his, well, basically without aggroing him. So you kill him and he never even shoots. So we're gonna pick up all these tasty stars. That horseshoe looking thing is bombs, the F on the ground is fuel. And now at the end of each of these worlds, we get one of these evacuation stations there. Sometimes there's stuff on the ground for us to pick up, but it better be all on the way, because you just want to get the heck out of there as soon as possible. All the time. That's all you're really looking to do. I don't have any super shots to take out that UFO, which stinks. It's unfortunate. But it's okay. Because the UFO is worth 600 points. Basically, you get awarded extra fuel at the end of each level based upon how many things you killed. How many points did you earn from shooting things? I don't have a lot of stars here. Ouch, ouch. There's some super shots. I'm gonna grab that star just because I feel like we've just been really short on star drops. Die. This is indeed combless ascension. Alright, so that's finally enough for the 4th range. We do have 15 bombs, so technically we're good. Gosh. Never want to get caught on those guys. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Basically a double barrel right in the face. So it's going to be extra important that we don't trigger the boss's aggro here, because we're pretty low on health. I'm going to buy some shields just to try to bolster our forces here. Not much help. Also, the first, here we go. There we go. Gonna go out of my way here to grab this fuel. And then get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, well that refilled most of our fuel, which is good. But we're still really low on stars. Because if you kill a bunch of stuff, then that's good. You get rewarded with extra fuel for killing stuff. Then, if you're already at max fuel, and it still has points to award, it will then just simply start to award you with extra stars. It'll pay you stars as like just extra currency. It's like, oh, you don't need fuel? Have money. Oh, there's some good star drops. And some good fuel. Looks like we're recovering well here. Of course, I didn't grab the key. Like a ninny. There's some fuel to bail me out. Yeah, we can't afford to oof. We definitely need fuel in this game. That is for sure. Alright, so I've still got shields, so I'm gonna buy some bombs. We're just gonna kind of cruise on through here. Skipping everybody. Grab the star. Come back over here. I will go out of my way to grab that star. I will grab that fuel as well. So yeah, if you don't get out of those evacuation stations in time, it explodes and you lose half of your health, or half of your fuel, which you don't want, to put quite plainly. So the turrets, using your normal gun, you can only kill the turrets when they're facing you. Same thing with those heat-seeking shots. However, you can kill them with a bomb regardless of the positioning. So I just don't want to soak up all of my bomb usage, so I want to be careful. So you see there I'm accruing a bunch of stars for good behavior. Not going to spend any of them right now. I'm just going to dodge, do some sick dodges with our tank controls. I'm going to skip that red key because I'm absolutely leaving. Oh gosh. Don't want to hit the bomb. Absolutely leaving on the black key side. I am going to grab all this fuel just to make sure I'm topped off so that I get extra stars. Because that's what I want. And we'll buy some shields. Looking good. This game's got some hot jams. Oh, I already killed that one. Okay. Well, that's fine. Probably going to intentionally get myself down to... At some point soon, I will probably intentionally get myself down to 39 bombs. Because at 39 is the highest amount of bombs you can own, and still let the game let you purchase 10 extra ones. So. Of course, there I went and picked 2 more up. Not the smartest guy. That's okay, though. It just gives me the opportunity to use more of them later. There's so many pickups in this level that it's hard to pass up. And there's 2 more right there on my path. What's a guy to do? That's fine. Right. So we are in 6-1. 47 bombs, so that's okay. I should really be saving. I'm about to burn through a bunch of bombs because the third out of the 4 bosses is in the next level. So I continue to fail to explain the nuance of these levels, where for the back half of the game on all of the odd numbered levels, so like 5-1, 5-3, 6-1, 6-3, the last 2 turrets alive have the 2 keys. This is Gun. I never remember the names of the other bosses, but for some reason I can remember Gun. Alright, there we go. Hopefully we get all the way back to full. Close enough. It's actually really good. We'll buy some bombs. We'll save the rest. Do some clutch backwards driving. Get shot twice in the process. Come on. See ya. Alright, perfect. Get up to 9 stars. I'm going to spend them all right now. I'm going to get some shields, and I'm going to get 10 more bombs. Oh, no, I needed shots, not bombs. Probably wasn't worth that fuel pickup, since that guy shot me like 3 times in the process. Probably neutral or behind on fuel as a result of that movement and like the constant ticking of my health, of my fuel. But that's okay. Still, lots of stars. We can spend 4 of them to top off some shields here. And we're in level 7. So again, another one of the levels where oh, for goodness sake. Sorry. Another one of the levels where we need to kill all the turrets in order to get where we need to get to with getting the keys to leave the levels by what may well be the last bomb purchase we make. So we have the black key, which opens the left-hand door. So we're just gonna cruise on toward the finish line here. Get that UFO on the way out. Top our fuel back off. Very good. Phew. Hit the UFO, please. It's fine. Accumulating lots of stars now, which is good. So we'll be able to buy some more shields. We are in the right spot with our bomb, so perfect. Being a little more cautious than we would be during like an actual world record attempt, that is for sure. Killing a whole lot more stuff than I normally would do. Normally in a speed run, like going for world record strats, you're definitely more in the realm of trying to dodge things than you are of like actually trying to like properly. Well, I'm not proud. I will grab that star. A little dipsy-do. Do a little loop around that guy. And we'll load up on more shields. Don't even need to bother with them. 2 stars, can't buy anything. And now this is the last level where I've really got to kill a whole lot of things. So I'm really just gonna, because of that, just gonna burn through my special shots here. Because I won't need them for anything else soon. Just gonna need the bombs down the stretch. I'll hold on to these 4 stars just in case something awful happens with my fuel in this last level before the final boss. We're in very good shape with our bomb count. Alright, fuel's fine. Oh, and there's a 5th star anyway. Oh no! The doors are random. Like, there's a chance it just doesn't even open again. There we go, okay. We are good. So now, final boss time. I'll buy some more shields. Here's the trick for the final boss. You move 2 tiles to the left. You line yourself up so that your gun is right on that crack there. And this brain that is totally not Mother Brain. It's some other brain. Some other mother brain. It just can't shoot you. All 4 of their shots just misalign with your positioning. And you can just sit here and calmly burn through all of your bombs. And time. See, it's not Mother Brain, it's Mega Brain. Completely different. We went off on a tangent, but we destroyed the Tangent Empire. And all anybody can say is tanks for saving Earth. And I say anybody, that includes the box art itself on the back of the box. The very first thing it says is tanks for saving Earth. They love a good joke. Yeah, music's about to end. Do I have time? Will it let me stay on here? Okay, good. Okay, we've got one more game to show you. I don't have the world record in this next one, but I did for like 2 days or like a week or something once. So stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time. Everybody's favorite Tengen game. And the third and final stop on the Yells Rake tour of NES ports of arcade games that I, at least at one point, had a world record in. And am capable of showcasing for you. So this is Gauntlet for the NES. I am playing the licensed version for what it's worth. You can tell because down at the bottom there it says licensed by Nintendo of America Inc. To my knowledge, and I think to the community's knowledge, that's the only difference between the two versions. Is that line of text. Like it is the same game. Yeah, Palm, the first game was Marbles. And it was an experience. So, for what folks may not be aware is that a series of manipulations have been found in the last year and a half, I guess we'll call it, that makes this game pretty marathon safe, and I will show you that as we go. So, first part of the manipulation is I'm just going to do a soft reset. Once I select one player, I'm going to immediately buffer right an A to buffer my selection of the elf, and that locks in the password for the final room. Time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so here we are. Here is Questor the elf. He's sent to go and try and defeat Morak the Outsmarter, recover the Sacred Orb, and save Rendar. Or something. Really, it's just more about running fast through mazes. That's what we're gonna do here. We picked the elf because speed. That's pretty much it. Speed is the most OP stat in this game. It gives you the ability to just kind of plow through enemies and not suffer damage for the most part, as the damage check is not as fast as your ability to just do contact damage to enemies. So we just kind of run through a lot of stuff. You will notice that I don't shoot a lot. We just kind of run through things. Get some of these trap tiles. And now here we are in the first treasure room. We are buoyed in this strategy by these treasure rooms because finding the exit in a treasure room refills your health. So that's the key to all of this. There are enough treasure rooms on the path that you burn through your health, and then you find another treasure room and you top it back off again. Pretty simple formula there. We got 4 keys already, and it's just enough to open those doors. Poof. And now we're going to pick up some super shots. So the next 11 shots we take are going to go through things. Most things. Not everything, but most things. Grab a safety key. Oh, it's over here anyway. Also, I can tell that I have the right password for the final room because my continue code down at the bottom there, you'll see at the end of each treasure room, starts with the letter I. So I already know that my password to get into the final room in the game, here's my first super shot. See that it goes through a wall and just keeps on going. I know that my password to get into the final room is going to be G7DBONHR, the community favorite password, Godboner. Super shot's going to shoot through 2 doors so that I don't have to use keys on them. And we're already in World 2. It might be difficult to discern worlds in this game, but we are definitely out of World 1 and into World 2. There's another super shot. Careful with the key pickup. Don't want to open that door by mistake. Shoot through that block, grab this switch, and we are out of here. Slight routing difference between single player and co-op. We would have gone off in a different direction to grab a bunch of bombs in co-op, but we don't need a bunch of bombs in single player. Excuse me, jellies. That's fine. I'm going to be real careful with some of my shots right here, because it can make this room really painful if you get them wrong. So this is the big one. Yoink. Also, the exits in these treasure rooms, the location of the exit does change every frame. The earlier exits in the first 3 worlds, it's not worth. You either can't manipulate them in a consistent way to really get a good one, or it's just not worth manipulating them, because manipulating the exits takes time. The exit manipulation that was discovered last summer by the community at large, it revolves around the fact that we can pinpoint in most treasure rooms specific frames of a specific value in memory. And we can manipulate that value to go back to a certain point right before we go into a treasure room. So if you step on the exit and the swirl animation begins, so you see your character start to like swirl as they're fading out of the room essentially. If you pause the game while you're swirling, that pause resets that specific value down to 0. Or rather, it sets it to 255. That is technically true. It sets it to 255, and then once you unpause, you can then leave that room frame perfectly, and so you will leave that room and your casual death clip, by the way, and then your value, the value that you care about, will move from 255 to 0. And then through a series of well-timed input holds and releases, you can go into the treasure room only advancing that value by 2 frames. So you can go into a treasure room on frame 2 every time, and then at that point it's just a matter of, well, what exit is frame 2? Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? And in a lot of the earlier areas, it's not great. Or, like, it's not worth the 2 seconds of setup to try to pull it off. So, but in later worlds, for those that are aware, like World 4, where there's 16 exits and they're all separated by teleporters that may or may not take you where you want to go when you try to coax them to take you in a specific direction. Knowing exactly where the exit is crucial. And then in World 5, when there are also 16 exits, but there's only one good one. But particularly in the later World 5 treasure rooms, when you are trying to carry a temporary invulnerability potion or power-up deep into the run for safety, it's really, really important that you know where the exit is. So there'll be a series of manipulations that will be performed. The first one I'm going to perform right at the end of room 69 going into room 70, and it'll start to go, we'll ramp up from there. You need to make sure to grab that magic potion and not shoot it. It will indeed be, hopefully we will get a nice 69. 69 has a bunch of RNG in it that we can't control. So if we get 3 good teleports, then we will get a nice 69. Yo, Pipe's coming in hot with that raid. Welcome in everyone from Friday Night Pipes. Just in time to catch the tail end of the gauntlet run here on the last run of day 2 of the Best of NES Marathon. Go in. Alright, so this will be the last treasure room for World 3. And then we get to see some of the shenanigans that World 4 has on offer. Namely, the first 3 rooms we encounter in World 4 all have invisible walls. How's it going, Waxman? So, invisible wall time. No problem. Gotta hit the switch first, yells. Can't just go straight down. There we It's fine. It's all fine. I'm gonna buffer and up press here. Sometimes it coaxes the jellies away from that door, which is what I need. I pause there so that I don't get beat up by those wizards while I'm standing on that stun tile. If you step on a stun tile, and then you pause the game and unpause the game, it absorbs the stun time, so you can just start moving again. All right, time for 69. Let's see if it's a nice one. Nope. One bad teleport. Just one so far. Let's see. Get in there. All right, that's pretty nice. It's just one bad teleport. That's okay. Hey, Jelly, stop it. All right, first manip. Step on the exit, pause the game, hold A, unpause the game, release A at the right time. This room is a coin flip, but it's not. Because I did that manipulation, it's absolutely this... It's not this exit. Well, I messed up the manipulation. That doesn't bode well. Let's see if I mess this one up. Well, just gotta take me to the right spot first. Thank you very much. Okay, I didn't mess up the important one. It's fine, everybody. It's all fine. Use all my special shots. Pick that up. Okay. Give me that. Shoot the door. Do another manip. Can you take me to the correct... Please go right. Please go right. Thank y'all. Sheesh. Good help so hard to find these days. Alright, World 5. Our tanking ability is somewhat deteriorated by the fact that we can't run through these really heavy generators now. So, but that's okay. We'll spend a shot on that. And we'll manipulate this one. So that it's 2 over and up. What's happening with my manipulations? Making me nervous, game. Alright. Anyway. Come here. Come here. Every exit here is bad except for the last one. The last one is good. Thank you, Jelly, for finally moving. Alright, I'm gonna buffer a left press here, and that should help me with the setup for this next one, because now I really can't afford to mess up any manipulations anymore, and I'm not really sure what's been going on with those other ones. But these are the key ones here, because we're about to pick up that black box. That black box is the temporary invulnerability potion. Okay. So this should be first try. Good. Because now, another left buffer. The clock is ticking. Fourth try. Excellent. Okay. When the clock is ticking on your temporary invulnerability buff, you can't afford to waste time fumbling through rooms looking for exits and whatnot. So that manipulation was the last one we really desperately needed. That coin flip room, come on, Jelly, makes everything it's like you waste like 10 whole seconds trying to get back to the other exit. You waste even more time in treasure rooms trying to get to the right rooms. So we're good now. You can see we're still zooming along here with 1,000 health in room 99. Okay, now then. Long live the community's favorite password. God Boner. The manipulation at the beginning of the run, where I buffered my selection of the elf after a soft reset, guaranteed me that this password would work. It's really that easy. I'm gonna grab the health anyway, just for fun. I'll kill them as well, just for fun. And now you do this technique where you keep going back and forth. You wake up the two outside heads, and you keep going back and forth between them in a specific pattern so that they keep shooting into the center head. Come on, dude. Alright, we're gonna play it a little bit safe here. That should be good now. Alright. There we go. The three-headed dragon is dead, or Hydra, or whatever you want to call it. We can't leave until we get the orb, though. Take a step on this stun tile. Grab the orb, and time. There we go. Victory. You have saved Rendar. We have the orb. We have escaped. And the only real way to celebrate such an event is with fireworks. Don't you agree? But not just any fireworks, my friends. You guessed it. Fireworks in the daytime. But yeah, that was Gauntlet for the NES. Unlike the arcade version, it does have an end. The arcade version, I believe, just loops. But the NES version, they did put in a final level with a password and a boss that you have to fight. And, you know, this is a very, very marathon safe run now. But that is very recent. It's only since summer of 2022 that this became a safe run, and that all has to do with all of the manipulations that you can do to manipulate exit locations in the last two worlds. Hey, welcome in on the raid, Rick. How's it going, everybody? You're catching us right at the end of the day. We're celebrating saving Rendar. Bright Shadow, there are 8 clue tiles scattered throughout the 100 rooms. I ran past at least one of them. They look like a question mark on the ground. You pick that up, and then once you leave that room, there's a picture of Morak the Outsmarter, and you see that specific character of your password. And you better write that down, because it doesn't keep it there. So it shows like question mark, D, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And then if you find another tile, you might think, oh, now it's going to say question mark, D, and then it's going to tell me another one. No, the D is gone. And it just tells you another random letter. And you just have to get all 8 of them, and yeah, it's terrible. Fortunately, you know, off of a hard reset, when you select 1 player or 2 player, and you just buffer your input to select your character, it'll lock in off of a hard reset, it'll lock in an L password, and on a soft reset, it'll lock in an I password. So Stradivarian, there was a notion that A was unwinnable. Yeah, but Mythical is correct. It's just that the A password, when you try to load the password to load a save, it doesn't work. However, the code for the final room with an A password works fine. Oh, that's how bad things are around here. Even my password has IBS. Not I, John. Not I. But yes, thank you everybody so much for coming out to Best of NES stuff for the day. I'll probably throw it over to the staff now for them to decide where they want to go at the end of the night. But thanks everybody so much for watching. There's a couple more days. Fantastic runs that you'll see here. Watch out for my brother tomorrow night in the 4-way Zelda 1 randomizer Swordless Seed. So, watch out for Chest Jerk there. Gotta rep my bro. My partner in crime when it comes to co-op runs. He and I ran Gauntlet co-op for GDQ earlier this year. So, peace everybody. Have a great night.
So, yes, it is Apollo, and that is the last run of the night. Want to thank everyone for chilling, hanging out. Thanks, Yelsrick. Those were 3 awesome runs. Got some nice... I like that we got to end it with some fireworks. That's kind of nice. Want to real quick give a shout out to some of the day 2 runners that we had. TMR, Pikachu, Retro Runner, Pico de Gallo, PUBG, Smitty Games, Aaron222, Dr. Ox, Rayo, Link 7777, Barbaloot, The Bagler 5, Vanny Van, Overswarm, Unfantasma Mas, Hacky 619, and then Yelsrick. In about 8 hours, we're gonna have day 3 starting. We're starting it off with some Saturday morning cartoons and also Barbie. Barbie's gonna be the first game being run by Bronco. And then also tomorrow, we got some, let's see, what do we got? We got Blunt Bunny, Scarface Nico, Endy Swee, some more Retro Runner and JKL. A possible Battletoads Double Dragon race going on. Negative and Kusamushi Buckster. Bass Guy, who's in chat. You better be ready. We got some Laxus, SBD Wolf, JC, Level Engine, Midge Flower Power, Chromatoclasm, Lack Attack, Aaron222, and then we end the night. The main event is a 4-way randomizer race. Randomizer Legend of Zelda with Alsoa, Chester, Malchior, and Moko71. So, like I said, this has been great to be able to put this on again. I'm glad everyone's been joining, having a fun time. We had 2 fun days. We got 2 more fun days left. We started off with some Barbie. And with that, I will bid you adieu. From everyone here, from NES, the Best of NES, all the staff, all the support, all the chat, the NES community. We're gonna go pick a raid target. Let's see, who do we got? We got a celeb coming in. Everyone, I think Cantaloupe was playing. He had a run yesterday. 2 runs actually. Some fun games. Playing some Zelda. Zelda 2. The Casino King. After his run, he just kept playing the games. And it was great. He had to update us like an hour later that he finally finished the casino game. Casino Kid. Malkovich. Wait, the raid message. Everyone go into chat. Everyone type Malkovich. Malkovich. Everyone be ready, type it. Type it when we raid. That's what you're typing. A good old-fashioned raid message. You don't see that anymore. I don't know. Is that even how you spell it? I think I spelled it right. Right? Yeah. Okay. We will see everyone tomorrow, bright and early. Be ready for the Barbie.